The film begins by showing a female warrior from Tai Chi clan named Yan Ran, reminiscing about her childhood with her family. Unfortunately, the happiness didn't last long because another clan massacred her clan in search of an heirloom called the Tai Chi stone. The stone was said to grant unlimited power to whoever held it. After the massacre, everyone in the clan died except for Yan Ran and her friend, Chen, the last descendant of the clan leader. Yan Ran then played the flute Chen had given her, which suddenly made Chen remember the massacre. Seeing Chen panicked, Yan Ran tried to calm him down. They were waiting for a clan leader they knew was the mastermind behind the massacre of their clan. They had kidnapped the leader's baby to lure him, and not long after that, the person they had been waiting for finally came. He was Mo Nanshan, known for being cruel. He brought an army of bats to attack Chen and Yan Ran. Mo Nanshan immobilized his army to catch Yan Ran and Chen, who ran into the ruined temple of the Tai Chi clan. On the other hand, Chen and Yan Ran split up to trap Mo Nanshan in the temple, and when the clan leader entered, they immediately took out all their traps. After attacking Mo Nanshan repeatedly, Chen told him that he never kidnapped his baby, and it was just a decoy to lure him. Hearing this, Mo Nanshan became even more furious with him. He then asked about Chen's true identity and why he was doing all this. Chen explained that he was the last descendant of the Tai Chi clan who survived the massacre by Mo Nanshan and his clan, and since then, he had been practicing hard to become a great warrior so that he could avenge and kill Mo Nanshan, the mastermind behind the massacre, especially after he killed his mother while she was heavily pregnant. Mo Nanshan immediately apologized for the massacre that occurred 18 years ago because he never intended to carry out the massacre. But when he wanted to explain, suddenly Chen was attacked by a female warrior. This female warrior was King, Mo Nanshan's second child, who was able to control various types of metal. She came to save her father and at the same time defeat Chen, who was famous among the young warriors. Chen challenged King to a duel, but the female warrior brought troops and unfortunately, the troops managed to capture Yan Ran. Apart from that, King apparently also invited her older brother John to join in attacking Chen and Yan Ran, but amid the situation, there was a strange creature attacking Mo Nanshan's troops. Everyone immediately panicked and was alert. Chen asked Yan Ran not to move because the unknown beast could track them by their movements, while King and her troops instead challenged the beast. When King and John were busy fighting the beast, Chen and Yan Ran took advantage to save themselves. As people who had lived in the Tai Chi temple, they had no trouble finding their hiding place. They entered a cave and then rested for a moment there while waiting for the situation to be safe. Yan Ran wondered about this beast and Chen suddenly remembered the story he heard when he was a child. According to his late parents, this temple was built as a place to store the Tai Chi stone, which was targeted by other clans. It was said that the magic stone was guarded by dozens of beasts and that whoever wanted to control the stone had to defeat all of them. But nobody had ever been able to do it. In fact, everyone who entered the cave could never leave. While telling the story, Chen suddenly heard a strange sound, and not long afterward, a man entered the cave. At first he thought that this man was Mo Nanshan's army, but it turned out that he was Chao, none other than his uncle. Chen was very shocked because he thought that his uncle had died in the massacre. Unfortunately, they didn't have time to cherish the moment because the beast was still lingering. At the same time, King and Zhang entered the temple to save their father who was still trapped there, but when they got there, their father was found seriously injured. At first they thought that their father had been attacked by a beast, but it turned out that the scars on his body were frozen, and according to King, the wounds must have been caused by Chen, who had mastered the cold tread technique, and based on the news he knew that this technique was only mastered by evil warriors. King decided to reduce the pain in her father's body because if not, he would die within hours. On the other hand, Chao invited Chen and Yan Ran to go to a place and showed them a medal containing a puzzle. He then asked to solve the puzzle there to get access to the Tai Chi stone. As the successor of the Tai Chi clan, Chen was able to solve the puzzle quite easily because he had been taught by his late father. After that, the medal opened like a door, and who would have thought that it was a secret door heading towards the nest of the beasts where the Tai Chi stone was kept. Chao told them about the greatness of the stone, but this stone cannot be controlled by random people, so it was not misused. Unfortunately, other clans still insisted on having the Tai Chi stone until the terrible massacre occurred. After Chen recounted the massacre of their clan, the anger within him boiled and the only thing he wanted was to seek revenge. But before he went berserk, Chao decided to give him a map of the Tai Chi stone. With this map, Chen was able to find the stone and absorb its power. Apart from giving him the map, he also appointed his nephew as the new head of the Tai Chi clan, and he wanted him to revive the lost clan. On the contrary, Yan Ran did not agree with Cheo's idea and forbade Chen to look for the Tai Chi stone because according to legend, it was forbidden to touch, but even so, Chen still insisted on finding it. In the end, Yan Ran was forced to go into the cave to make sure her friend didn't die in there. When they got inside, they walked through slowly and carefully. Chao reminded them that the place was filled with many beasts and traps made by their ancestors. Chen then opened the map to find the location of the stone, but while he was reading the map, King suddenly appeared and immediately attacked him. Amid the fight, Zhang and his men came to surround them. Not only that, King also snatched the map Chen was holding, and she wouldn't let him control the Tai Chi stone before giving the antidote to cure her father, because as the user of the cold tread technique, only Chen could heal the wounds on her father's body. But when they were fighting, the ground shook, and not long after that, a beast appeared and attacked them all. King and Zhang were cornered by the beast, but Chen decided to save them. Luckily, Chen and Yan Ran were able to avoid the beast's attack. However, the obstacles didn't stop there because there were still many beasts that could appear at any time, so like it or not, Chen had to immediately find the Tai Chi stone before he died in vain. Not long after, King approached the two and asked why Chen saved her and her brother even though he had a grudge against their father. Hearing that question, Chen said that he only had a grudge against their father, not them. Even so, King and Zhang refused to thank him, especially since they still suspected that he was the one who put their father in injury. When King was about to ask for an explanation, they were again attacked by the beast. They had no other choice but to defeat it. After defeating the beast, Chen took the Tai Chi stone map which had fallen from King's hand to find the stone, but unfortunately, he was attacked by an unknown man who also wanted the map. Fortunately, the man was no match for Chen. Overwhelmed, the warrior ran away with the map and Chen immediately chased him until he reached a giant spider's nest. Somehow, the man just disappeared. He even left the map there. Not long after that, Yan Ran and Chao followed him to that place, but when they were about to read the map, King and his troops surrounded them. Zhang wanted to kill Chen, but King forbade him because the one who could cure their father was Chen. Apart from that, they also needed the Tai Chi stone to restore their father's strength after he recovered. She and Chen agreed to make peace until they got the Tai Chi stone. But the problem was they had to get through the giant spider web without disturbing the beast because of all the beasts inside the cave. The giant spider cave was one of the strongest. Chen decided to get through the spider web, but unfortunately, he accidentally woke the beast up. They worked together to keep the beast away. Thanks to King and Yan Ran's help, Chen was able to avoid the giant spider, and after making his way, he immediately told the others to follow him across the net. When everyone had passed the web, Yan Ran stopped in the middle because her flute fell on the web, and because the flute was very valuable to her, she tried to pick it up. Unfortunately, she made the giant spider angry. Even though he had saved Yan Ran, Chen decided to defeat the spider so it wouldn't get in his way again. By using all his kung fu techniques, he was determined to fight it alone. After he managed to get out of the spider's nest, Chen was angry at Yan Ran for caring too much about her flute to the point of endangering others. Meanwhile, Yan Ran could only apologize to him. On the other hand, King looked in pain after being sprayed with the spider's poison. Yan Ran felt guilty and immediately treated her with herbal plants. The two of them finally got to know each other and told each other stories. Apart from talking, Yan Ran was also grateful because King helped her earlier. King asked why Chen, who looked kind-hearted, could master the cold tread technique, which was usually possessed by evil warriors. Hearing this, Yan Ran said that Chen was not a user of that move, and according to her, no member of the Tai Chi clan could use that technique. In the middle of the conversation, the sound of people fighting was heard. It turned out that the mysterious man showed up again and attacked Chen. But once again, Chen managed to corner him. Unfortunately, the mysterious warrior managed to escape even though Chen was almost able to finish him off. The man left a trace that was very similar to the cold tread technique. King suspected that the man was the person who had attacked her father, so she immediately after him to take revenge and take the map that he took. But Yan Ran said that the user of the cold tread technique was Chao, because his hands were very cold, while the mysterious man couldn't possibly have that kind of move, especially since he looked insane. Hearing Yan Ran accusing his uncle of being an evil warrior, Chen got mad. He then told her to go home and not interfere in the search for the Tai Chi stone. Long story short, Chen and the others arrived at a fairly large place. It turned out that the mysterious man was waiting there, and as Yan Ran said, this person was indeed insane. With his remaining sanity, the mysterious man said that he had been in the cave for 18 years, but he never found the Tai Chi stone. After telling this, he suddenly became violent and attacked them. At this point, Chen and the others felt tired of the behavior of the man until finally, they decided to ignore him. Chen opened the map and tried to solve the puzzle in it. Based on the map, the place they were was the location of the Tai Chi stone, but strangely, he didn't find anything there. He then realized that this place formed a yin and yang symbol. Hearing this, the mysterious man immediately dug into the middle of the symbol, and unexpectedly, he found a mound of stones. Not long after that, the moonlight turned red and suddenly, the mound became a giant boulder that protected the Tai Chi stone that could move and contained deadly poison. The mysterious man and Zhang were hit by the attack and were immediately exposed to the poison. Amid the chaos, Chen saw an oddity inside the giant ball. He decided to fight it alone to find out what was inside of it. After the boulder was split, Chen was shocked because the contents were a pair of giant rats. According to Chao, one of the rats had swallowed the Tai Chi stone, so Chen had to cut open its stomach before it went on a rampage, but the rat he was going to split was pregnant. And of course, this reminded him of his late mother who died while pregnant. While Chen was still in doubt, Yan Ran was still in the cave, thinking about the user of the cold tread technique, and then she saw the imprint of Chao's palm frozen on a rock. From here, she was sure that Chao was the user of the technique, and without wasting any more time, she told everyone. Sure enough, it turned out that Chao was indeed the user of the cold tread technique. Apart from that, he also had evil intentions to possess the Tai Chi stone to dominate the world. He also admitted that the person behind the massacre was him, not Mo Nanshan or another clan, and he did all this because he was jealous of Chen's father who was chosen as the leader of the clan, even though in terms of knowledge, he was also worthy of being chosen. The reason he was not chosen was because he wasn't part of the Chen family. He decided to pit other clans against each other to slaughter all the members of the Tai Chi clan. He even had the heart to kill Chen's mother who was his older sister. After explaining all that, he beat up Chen and Yan Ran. Seeing the death of his best friend, Chen felt guilty because he couldn't help Yan Ran. On the other hand, Chao, who felt victorious, finally took the Tai Chi stone in the stomach of the giant mouse, and of course, his strength immediately increased hundreds of times, but before he left with that power, one of the rats went berserk and attacked him. On the other hand, Zhang took King to a safe place so she wouldn't get killed by Chao. However, as a warrior, he wouldn't let Chao rule the world with his evil nature, so he was determined to finish him off. Unfortunately, Zhang had to die at the hands of Chao, and of course, this made King even more devastated. On the other hand, the mysterious man had just regained consciousness, but strangely he was no longer violent after being hit by the giant boulder. He helped Chen, who was dying, and then treated him by soaking him in a magical pond. He couldn't let him die before the Tai Chi stone was found, not knowing that the stone was in Chao's hands. While he was treating Chen, he saw the necklace Chen was wearing, and suddenly, the mysterious man remembered his past. It turned out that the mysterious man was Chen's father, the leader of the Tai Chi clan. Realizing this, he immediately explained everything to his son, that he had survived the massacre. After that, he entered the cave with one of his disciples to look for the Tai Chi stone so he could avenge the massacre, but unfortunately, his disciple was killed and he lost his way and went crazy. Because Chen didn't believe him, the man finally washed his face and showed his real face. After Chen believed him, he then explained that there would be a big disaster soon because Chao had mastered the Tai Chi stone. This stone was a seal that locked millions of beasts from entering the human world, and they had to close the gate to save humanity. The way they had to do it was to turn a lock in the cave with the Tai Chi technique, but unfortunately, even though they managed to close the seal, the father was hit by a boulder and suddenly, a big windstorm came towards them. Before being swept away by the wind, the father said to Chen that he was happy to see him grow up, even if only for a short time. Then, after saying that, he sacrificed himself for the safety of his beloved son. Because of the windstorm, Chen was thrown into another realm and met his ancestors. He heard voices from the ancestors who told him that he was not worthy to be the leader of the Tai Chi clan because he only had ambition for revenge, that he forgot to live as a warrior. He was too selfish and prioritized his ambitions even though Yan Ran needed his attention. Therefore, the ancestors asked him to remove all the grudges in his heart, and after his heart was clean, the ancestors passed on the enormous power of Tai Chi to him so that he could defeat Chao. At the same time, Chao came to Mo Nanshan, who was still lying on the rock. Luckily, King came in time to protect her father, but she was no match for Chao and his power of Tai Chi stone. Cornered and on the verge of dying, Mo Nanshan finally revealed a very surprising secret, where King was the daughter carried by Chen's mother, meaning she was Chen's biological sister. At that time, Mo Nanshan couldn't bear to let the baby die, therefore he decided to take care of King as penance. Upon hearing that fact, King was very shocked. Before he breathed his last, Mo Nanshan gave her a Tai Chi necklace to prove that she was indeed born into the Tai Chi family. Amid this very heart-wrenching moment, Chen appeared with his new powers. He then found out that King was his real sister. Suddenly, Chao challenged him to a fight and Chen accepted the challenge. Initially, Chao was slightly superior because he had the power of the Tai Chi stone, but slowly the stone began to eat away at his body. He even became bald and his bones became weak because his body was not strong enough to carry the power of the stone. Seeing this, Chen used all his strength to remove the stone from Chao's body. When the stone was finally removed, a giant rat came and attacked Chao. After Chao was eaten, Chen immediately took the Tai Chi stone and rushed to save King because the cave would collapse. But then he remembered the prophecy where the Tai Chi stone had to be returned to its place because if not, the beasts would rise again and slaughter humanity. Therefore, he decided to go back into the cave even though the stake was his life. Before leaving, he said goodbye to King and then left her in sadness.